Hello. Is anyone there? Hello.
Audio out.
So what's up?
Hey.
You right? Hello.
Hello.
Hello. What's up?
Yeah, not bad. How about you?
I'm fine. So, what would you like to discuss?
Well, to be honest, for starters, like this whole creepy leaks thing, I think you've been a massive douchebag about the whole thing, and it's really annoying me. Like, I mean, don't be wrong, you're a douchebag a lot of the time, and I can let that slide a lot, but sometimes it's just ridiculous and it takes the piss.
Now, I appreciate the fact that you're just launching into insults right away when we're talking, after talking about me being someone who insults people, but, I would like to
Well,
say,
I'm saying
I
it's
would like to,
in
can I just clarify one thing? I would like to say that you and I have had disagreements before the Creepy Leaks thing was released, so I don't think that's what this is about.
Okay, I was trying not to make it exactly personal, but I think you're a douchebag,
Mm-hmm.
and I really can't stand the way you treat people online. Essentially, is it you tend to use a lot of alt-right style argument tactics, and I'm not calling you alt-right.
Yeah,
I'm saying you use a
I
lot
mean,
of the
say
same
I use
tactics.
SJW tactics next. It's the same thing. So,
Maybe, but still, it's still bad argument. Whether it's SJW or alt-right, it's still bad argument
well, I'm
tactics.
saying that
You,
alt right and SJW is a bad argument to say. You know, it's basically the new way of saying, you act like Hitler online. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
it's a
not. I'm not.
go-to
I'm
thing.
not. The thing is, though, I'm not saying that you are all right. What I'm saying is you use a lot of the same tactics. You like to pick out certain elements of someone's argument that make that, and then extrapolate them so they then be like, oh well, this is clear. Well, you wouldn't think this, would you? When that's not what they're saying at all. You like to reframe the argument into something that you can definitely win, as opposed to actually debating an argument on its own merits, and it drives me insane.
So you would say straw man arguments, basically.
Well, not just straw man arguments. You use a lot of false equivalency. You do a fair bit of I can't remember the name of it. Is it Theseus's ship, where you essentially the whole thing of if you take Theseus's ship and then remove and replace a plank every now and again, eventually you've replaced all the planks. Is it still Theseus's ship? That's kind of what you do. Is that you'll take a little bit of the argument away and then keep reframing it and reframing it and reframing it until you're talking about something else.
So metaphors, basically.
No, that was. I mean, the metaphor was what I used for the argument, but like essentially, you just keep reframing the argument until it's something that you think you can win.
Okay, now would you be able to cite an example of this? So I can just so I can get an idea of what you think. What you would mean is I'm trying to be nice. So I'm not saying what you think is. What you would mean is a example of reducing someone's argument down to something that's like a false equivalence.
All right, let me have a look. I'm just having a look on our
I mean,
argument.
it doesn't have to be exact, word for word. I mean, you could just give me like a general idea. I'll assume that I did it.
Yeah, well, this is okay. So the one I'm looking at the last argument we had over the undercooked analysis was you having a go at Mike McD saying that you any chance to stick your nose in doesn't there's nothing to concern with you, and realistically, it's not anything to concern you either. With you either. You're just trying to frame it like it's him, whereas you're trying to frame it as it's him being a douchebag, whereas actually you're being just as much of a douchebag.
So when he sticks his nose into something that doesn't concern him, and I say it doesn't concern him, you think that that's a douchebag thing because the entire situation doesn't concern me?
Yeah, essentially, because I mean, it
Okay.
concerned him. I mean, let's face it, it was a video he was in, so like,
Right.
it's more concerning him than it is concerning you.
Right.
And
Even though I was one of the two people that Nick was not going to be on the show on because of.
yeah, 100%.
Okay, so I'm not involved in the situation that started with me.
No, you're not. You're not a member of the team of UCA. You're not.
But
You're just. You've been a guest. You're not. You're not. I mean, if Nick has said he doesn't want to be on the same show as you, To be honest, I'd say I wouldn't want to be on the same show as you. That's not the same thing.
So, to be clear, the situation in which Nick wasn't going to be on the show because he had spoken to me and Dead Palette in a certain way, and Dead Palette said he didn't want him on again, that situation doesn't involve me, despite the fact I'm one of the 2 people at the beginning of the situation.
Yep, 100%. Because you're nothing to do with the video. You're nothing to do with the thing. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I see. So I guess we'll have to agree to disagree that I'm not involved in the situation I'm involved in.
I know you like to make things about you. I know you love to be like, oh, actually, this thing that doesn't involve me, it does involve me now. But it doesn't. Like again, you're making a whole video about Nick Nocturne's thing. That again, he did say stuff about you, granted. But to be honest, you could have just let it go. You could have just said nothing, and pretty much nothing would have happened.
Now, I'm going to ask a quick question here. Since I'm not involved in the situation I was involved in at the start of, what is your involvement in my discussions that you've popped into on YouTube?
Oh, mine's absolutely nothing. I freely admit that I'm totally sticking my nose in where it doesn't matter. It doesn't. I mean, I'll totally admit my hypocrisy on that because, quite frankly, you piss me off a lot of the time.
So you would call yourself a douchebag?
Yeah, quite often.
Okay, so we're a couple of douchebags. I don't know what the disagreement is.
I just, but this is it. It's like the fact that I'll have a go at you, sure, but I don't have a go at anyone else on the internet. There's very, like, I will happily call you on your bullshit because I think quite a lot of the time you are speaking bullshit, and I just think you're unfair to a lot of people, and I feel like I should say something.
Now, would you say that I start insults and arguments and things like that, or would you say that other people start them with me? Now, I know you don't know 100% of scenarios, but in your experience, would you say that somebody says something like, gee, I just, feel so great today and the flowers are blooming, and then I come in and say, fuck you, I hate you, you're a piece of shit? I mean, or would it be more like Mike McD, for example, coming into a thread to attack Brandon, and me saying that Mike McD, here he is again, sticking his nose where it doesn't belong? Would you say that I started that, or?
I'd say yeah. I mean, granted, Mike McD. Nah, Mike McD.
You would say that I told Mike McD to attack Brandon.
No, I'm not saying that. But no, I'm not saying that. But Brandon can defend himself. I mean, you look at the this whole WikiLeaks thing recently. Like, you've basically done an entire video having a go at Hoodoo, whatever his name was, who's probably, let's face it, some early 20s kid who made a video about what he thought of it, and then retracted it and put another video up, and then because he did something that you didn't like, you decided to do an entire video on why his stuff is wrong, and
let's not mischaracterize it.
Then started throwing insults on Twitter.
Let's not mischaracterize it. What actually happened was, it's not someone who's probably a 20-something-year-old kid on YouTube. What we're talking about is a person with a large influence and audience talking about a situation, making an unbiased video, in my opinion, and others' opinions, but, maybe not your opinion, I don't know, making an unbiased video telling people what existed in a document, and saying that he didn't know if it was true or not. Then, to his, again, wide audience, I don't care what age he is, he could be 7 years old. If he has 1 million views on a video, that's influence and that's direction, for people to believe what the person is saying. If he then makes another video saying, new information has come out, I can't tell you what it is, and I can't tell you who said it, and I can't tell you anything, but, these accusations are old and private, and that's, the end of that, and, everybody's saying, oh, okay, there's nothing to worry about. I mean, you don't think that's something that I could possibly, even if it's not needed to be addressed, you don't think that I would have some reason to address the fact that that happened?
No, I don't. I honestly don't. You can snigger at me all you like.
Yeah, I am sniggering, definitely.
He's totally entitled to his opinion. If he wants to change his mind, he can change his mind. That's up to him.
But I'm not entitled to an opinion.
He doesn't need you wading in, calling him whatever names you like.
I didn't call him any names, actually. I didn't call him any names. Yeah, so he's entitled to his opinion, but I'm not entitled to an opinion, basically.
well, basically, if someone makes those comments on your video, you would go absolutely nuts and like tear them down. And I've seen you do it, like, and yeah. So essentially, why couldn't you just let it lie? Why didn't you go, okay, well, he's changed his mind. It doesn't matter to me.
Because it matters to me. That's
Why
why.
does it matter to you? Why you know?
I think I already explained that. I said
released a document that makes that you know does whatever. I mean, you know, you can you know, I'm not going to argue about what's in it. I don't, you know, I've read it. It's fine, whatever. But like, you know, you can. But you know, he changed his mind, and then you're sort of going in being like, you shouldn't change your mind. You shouldn't make a less.
I don't think I said he shouldn't change his mind.
Pretty much from what I've seen from your tweets, you've pretty much said the impression that I've been getting is that you're saying, well, because you don't agree with me anymore, you shouldn't be putting this video up. You are backtracking on your stuff because you know you've been bullied or whatever into doing it. And he might have been, but
I should get a chance to address some of this at some point. I did say that he got information incorrect in the video. And he replied back saying, yeah, I know I got some stuff incorrect. And so I replied to that saying, so are we going to correct the incorrect information, or are we just saying that it's incorrect, but it'll, you know, just stay up, you know, whatever. And, you know, everybody has a right to change their mind, and I never said he didn't have a right to change his mind. I never called him names, as you've claimed here. I made a video about that because it matters to me, and the reason it matters to me is we're talking about somebody with a very large audience basically posting a video that he himself said contained incorrect information. So, you know, if somebody posts up a video, I mean, there's been multiple people that you probably already know this. Actually, you do know this because you're in the comments of the videos. There have been other people who have made videos against the Creepy Leak stuff, or saying, I've changed my mind about it, there's new information that I can't tell you, you know, that type of thing, like Queen Creeps. And I would say to you, you know, the fact that I haven't made a video about Queen Creeps should tell you everything you need to know, in that, you know, she's not somebody who's going to be misdirecting a ton of people. The point is, Hoodoo Hoodlum, or Hoodo, or whatever, he's in a video saying that, you know, in a video that he has said has wrong information, is filtering wrong information to thousands upon thousands of people. That's why it matters to me to put out a video to try to get my word out in the smaller audience of saying, whoa, you know, careful now, you know, he did say on Twitter that the video was wrong, so just, you know, take it with a grain of salt, this video that's up, and I don't know what happened, but it seems like somebody fed him some wrong information. So, I mean, that's the whole reason it matters to me.
Okay, so from what you're saying, because he's got a big following, that matters. So because Queen Creeps doesn't have a big following, you're totally entitled to call her a dumbass and a bitch.
Well, I mean, if she's going to call me names, then I'm going to call her names. So, I mean...
Oh, you're so adult. You're so adult.
Well, I mean, look at you. Look at you, you know, on your high horse about this when you're admitting before that you're just as bad. So, I mean, I don't need a lecture from somebody...
I will literally call you names all day. Like,
I don't need a lecture from somebody who's a hypocrite. So, sorry, you know.
Oh, got it. Oh, got it. Well, you can get one. Because, you know, I feel like when I'm talking to you, I have to come down to your level. You're not gonna respond to anything when if I'm nice about it. You're just gonna call me a dick. So I might as well just go in full bore.
Well, I mean, if you'd like to try at some point being nice, you could test that theory.
I've tried being nice. I've been in your Discord. I've tried being nice, and you've just been a prick 90% of the time.
So, like, what? Again, not word for word, not exact. I'm not going to hold you to an exact thing. But what would you say was our first interaction like, where you were nice and I was a prick?
Oh man, what was it? We were discussing something about race or feminism or something like that. And you pretty much just sort of like you talked down to me. You called me an idiot several times. I've been pretty sure you've called me pathetic several times. And you know, I was just trying to have a fair and honest debate, and you just kicked off because I didn't.
So,
agree with you,
do you have a different name on the Discord then? Is that correct?
Yeah, Stex85.
Stex, of course. Okay, now I know why. Okay, see, I wish you had told me sooner that you actually knew me from somewhere else. Now I don't. Now I understand what's going on. Okay. All right. Let me just look back. Let's see here.
That's it. We've had some direct messages.
You'll have to give me a second because I gotta search back to our interactions.
Pretty sure the last thing I direct messaged you was apologising to you for kicking off because you'd made me so angry.
So basically, let's see. Okay, I'm looking back through the. Your messages would still be up on the Discord, correct?
Yeah, but this was months ago.
Okay. I mean, you'll have to
for ages.
Have to forgive me a little bit because I didn't know you were Stex until this moment. So now I'm trying to refresh myself as to what the fuck. Alright, but yeah, there's like 12 pages of this shit. But yeah, so we were discussing something. I remember this discussion vaguely. And I remember that in my Discord, the Too Spooky Discord, there was a discussion about SJW type stuff, alt-right type stuff, whatever type stuff about gender politics, feminism, things like that. And I know that I have a different opinion to certain people, and of course, of course, everybody has different opinions. But let's see. Is there a from on this on Discord? How could they not have from? Anyway, I don't remember the exact thing that popped up, but I do remember that you were very angry about the situation, that somebody had a different opinion. I believe you said that you were going to leave because of my opinions, and I said something like, I don't care if you leave. So I don't remember calling, like an idiot and different things like that, but, I of course could be mistaken.
Yeah, no, you did. And because, like, what I mean, I'm not against someone having a different opinion to me. I don't, I'm not going to kick off just because you have opinions that I don't like. I will have a spirited debate about it, sure, but, like, it's only when you resort to name calling and general patronising and generally just being a dick, that's when I'm going to kick off.
Right. I'm trying to find the specific stuff because... do you mind if I record this by any chance?
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
Okay. I'm trying to find the specific information because I would like to cover that now, as opposed to finding it after we stop talking, and then it's like, here's something different that you said, or different that, whatever happened, and then, being like a jerk because it's like you can't answer it or whatever. I can't believe that Discord doesn't have a thing where you can find posts from somebody. That's crazy. Huh. I mean, I apologize for, kind of slowing the conversation down here.
That's fine.
Let me, I'm just going to Google real quick. Is there a way to find messages from a Discord user? If you want to discuss something else while I look this up, that's fine. I don't want to totally keep you down here.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest, like, as I say...
Oh, there is a from. God, sorry.
I was just going to say, I just don't think what you're doing is very good for the community, and I know you think it is, and I know you're going to disagree with me on it. But quite frankly, I think you have put off a lot more people from writing than you've encouraged people to write.
And can you cite any examples of those people?
Just the amount of drama you stir up. I mean, I've seen people, more than one person, comment on various videos saying, because, well, I mean, just creepily saying, "Oh, I'm done with creepypasta," things like that. And I mean, I know with your creepy leaks thing, it's there are some allegations in there that are obviously quite serious, but to be honest, like the amount, I mean, just the amount of drama videos you've got with other people on creepypasta, who are people who write creepypasta, like, it just it makes people not want to write it.
So essentially,
it makes the community toxic.
Essentially, if you know of wrongdoing or something that you believe is wrongdoing, what would be your advice to somebody who finds out about something wrong being done, if they want to stop it without hurting the community?
Well, I'd say for you, at least, would be if you're going to if you're going to sort of put out a load of stuff against Mr. Creepypasta and Vincent Vina Carver, get someone else to do it, because quite frankly, no one's, not many people are going to believe you because of the amount of grief you've already had with them.
And do you, again, I hate to keep going back to this, but do you have any evidence of that, or is that just how you feel because you don't like me? I mean, this has gone so far that before it was taken down, Hoodoo had made the video about it to thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers. So, I mean, it doesn't seem, to me, like it's been held back because people don't like me. I don't care if people do or don't like me. Maybe they all don't. But, whatever. I'm just saying.
I'm saying a lot more people probably don't like you now than they did before the whole Creepy Leaks thing came out, and it's nothing to do with Mr. Creepy, with them being fans of Mr. Creepypasta or them being fans of Vincent Vina Carver. It's just the fact that you've been a massive tosser to a lot of people about it.
So by talking about things I don't like that people have done, and answering people who insult me or do things like that with insults, you would say that's being a massive tosser who has hurt the community. So I guess, I don't want to pull a false equivalency thing, but it seems, and this is my honest opinion, I'm not trying to do a false equivalency thing, it would seem like you're saying, don't speak up about things because it will hurt the community, don't defend yourself because it will hurt the community, don't insult people who are insulting you because it will hurt the community, etc.
Well, you'd be entirely correct in saying that that's a false equivalency, because I'm not saying that you shouldn't speak up. I'm saying that if Creepy Leaks had never come out, purely the fact that you're the one putting it out is going to damage it to start with.
Well, I mean, you're saying the number of videos I have talking about issues is bad. So to me, that is directly. Go ahead.
I mean, even if you're talking, I mean, not just general issues, but I mean, you've had several videos about your feud with Mr. Creepypasta and Vincent Vina Carver.
Right, and they're all about specific things that have come up, not just the ongoing one single thing. But go ahead.
Yeah, but surely you can see how you put this stuff up, and it's going to be very, very easy for people to go, oh, it's just Slime Beast. He's had a feud with these guys forever. He's just, making either making some stuff up or just, making a bigger deal out of something than it is because he doesn't like them.
And so would you say that people's opinions on that should affect what I say about what I believe?
I think it means if you're genuinely serious about the things that you're putting out, then you should really think about how you're putting them out.
So but okay, so I should think, if I'm genuinely serious about the issues I have, I should think about how I put out the issues I have. So your question isn't about the videos being put out, it's about how they're put out?
Well, essentially, it's the fact that it's you putting them out. Let's face it. I mean,
I should go through somebody else. If I have a problem with something, I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying. I should go through somebody else to get my opinion out.
No, not in a general sense. But the fact is, because it is Mr. Creepypasta and Vincent Vina Carver, the fact that you're putting this out makes it so much more easy to dismiss.
All right, now don't you think that if I put this out through somebody else, and that was revealed, you don't think that would be incredibly detrimental to it to say, oh, Slime Beast is actually behind this and he was hiding and having somebody else put it out?
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't say it. You should hide the fact that you're a part of it. But let's face it, you should let someone else give someone else the evidence that you've gathered, and then say, okay, well, put a video out based on this. To me, as I say, I've read the Creepy Leaks document, and to be honest, you've got 3-4 people, and a lot of it isn't exactly substantiated anyway. You've got a lot of
No, there's all evidence there, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean, no. There's some evidence there. I'm not going to say that he didn't.
There's a majority of evidence actually.
No, you've got a lot of like, okay, well, he did a Kickstarter and then also did all this other things. I
Hmm.
mean, but you've got no sort of genuine proof to say that, oh yeah, he definitely spent that money or didn't put money in of his own beforehand and then took the money out of it.
Well, the
You know what I
document
mean?
specifically says these trips and these things may have been paid for by Mr. Creepypasta himself,
Yeah,
which then
may
brings up the question of why you need to crowdfund other things. So, I mean,
What?
the document doesn't say.
So because someone has money, they shouldn't crowdfund something. It's I mean,
Oh, are we
it's
doing some
basically
false equivalence?
that's not a false equivalency.
Oh
I'm
yeah, it
saying
is.
like,
Oh yeah, it
I mean,
is.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, it is.
granted, if he, granted, the right thing to do. I'm not claiming that the right thing to do if you've got the money to do it yourself. But if you want to gauge, the part of crowdfunding is gauging what sort of audience is going, what sort of amount of people is going to want the thing that you're producing.
Right.
So it
But I
basically
mean,
produces.
saying that you don't have enough money to do it, is not, like with the wedding ring thing. Saying that you don't have the money for the wedding ring, but you really want this beautiful wedding ring for your lovely wife, but you just can't afford it, and then going on, to have this lavish wedding, have all these trips, have different things like that, seems to not square up. So that's what the document is pointing out. So it's not a matter of, as like you falsely did the false equivalence there, it's not a matter of saying, oh, you can't run a Kickstarter and have money. It's a matter of saying there was claims there was no money. There was the idea that this comic, this funding was needed to put together this comic. Different things like that. And there's the possible implication or the possible inference based on information and photos and different things available. And Queen Creeps herself now saying that money was used for things like that,
What does
for
Queen
the
Creeps
wedding and
know
different
though?
things. Sorry, I'm sorry.
What does Queen Creeps know though? I saw that thing. And granted, yeah, she did say
Yeah, I
that,
mean,
but like
what does she know? I mean,
we don't know whether
anything that
she's
comes
actually
up, we'll
spoken
just
to
say,
them
what does
about
she
it.
know? So yeah.
Well, this is it. It's like it's yeah, he did do all of that, and I'm not saying it's not a bit dodgy, but equally, you've got absolutely no proof that. I mean, if he wants to crowdfund buying a ring for his fiance, and people are willing to donate money to that, who gives a shit? Like if he's already got, I mean, it's like, okay, well, I've already planned this holiday, I've already planned this and that and that, and I'm paying for that, and I want money to do it, and I'm going to crowdfund it. If people are willing to donate it, that's up to them.
Well, I would say when you say who gives a shit, I would just direct you to the people who give a shit, and that I would say that's who.
Yeah, but I'll guarantee you those people didn't donate any money to the Kickstarter. So,
Would you put money on that? Would you like to make a monetary bet that nobody who
oh,
donated to the Kickstarter is mad about what happened?
well, let's say again, you can't prove it. I mean,
Oh, I can
if you
find
prove,
people who donated to the Kickstarter and ask them. I can prove it.
no, you can't prove that he used money from the Kickstarter to do it, and you
Well,
can't prove
the
that he didn't
discussion
put
we're
money
having now is about whether or not people care. So, I mean, you said,
in. No,
nobody. You said you guarantee nobody who donated, cares. So I just was
no, I'm
pursuing
saying
that point.
I'm saying no one forced. He said I want to buy a wedding ring for my girlfriend.
Okay.
And if he wants to buy a wedding ring from his fiance, and he's already got all this other stuff planned, that he spent all his money on doing that, and he doesn't have enough money to have that to buy the ring, and people crowdfund it, then that doesn't matter. If the fact is that he does have the money and he's just getting people to crowdfund it for free, then yeah, fair enough. People are going to be annoyed by that, but equally, you could just not donate to a fucking you just not donate to a Kickstarter or whatever it is, GoFundMe or whatever, to for someone to buy their partner a ring.
So, so you wouldn't guarantee that nobody who cares about where the money went donated to the ring crowdfunding. You don't guarantee that.
Well, you see, you're not really framing it correctly, are you? Because we don't know where the money from that went.
No,
You
I'm
can
saying.
I mean, if you
Okay, you're kind of going around my point here. I don't know. I don't think it's intentional, so I'm benefit of the doubt. You said who cares about where the money went or whatever.
it's not what I
Whatever
said.
that
That's
point
not
was. Who cares about if the money was spent this way or that way, or who cares about you said who cares about X, Y, and Z, whatever point it was. I said I would point to the people who care about it as the people who care, the people who are reading the document and are angry about it, so on and so forth.
Well,
You
well,
started to say that you guarantee nobody who paid in, I guess was one of those people. I assume, maybe I'm misunderstanding. So that was what I was addressing was, I just said, would you like to make a bet? Because I can talk to the people who have funded into it, and I can see if they if they care. I mean.
No, you can talk to those people. The fact is, we don't have any proof. Is that if you could genuinely prove that that's what he spent the money on, and that people who donated for Kickstarter of the comic and stuff didn't, and that money was spent on the ring or whatever, then yeah, obviously people are going to be pissed off. But from what I understand, and I could be wrong, don't get me wrong, but he crowdfunded the buying of his fiance's ring, so people donated for him to buy his fiance's ring, and so like if people did that, then they could have said, "Oh, he's probably got the money, so I'm not going to do it," and that was their choice.
I'm just kind of sad because you were saying that you guarantee the people who paid in aren't don't care or whatever. So I'm just kind of sad that we went off that point and you keep going back to
No, I
can
think
you prove where the money went?
No, because I'm like, again, I could be wrong, but am I right in assuming that he had a Kickstarter or whatever to fund him buying his fiance's ring, or are we talking about the fact, or are we saying that he used the money from the comic and all that shite to buy his fiance's ring?
Well, I mean, this is kind of I admit that I'm kind of going off on a small tangent here, but I mean, the simplest way to clarify would be, do you think that people who paid in to crowdfund the ring, do you think that any of those people are mad or disappointed with the outcome of that situation?
I'm not really getting what you're saying, because he bought the ring, right?
Right. But he bought the ring and also had a bunch of money for trips and different things like that if it wasn't funded by Kickstarter. So do you think that anybody who paid in to fund the ring is at all perturbed by the fact that they may have paid in to fund something that he could have afforded to buy when he was saying he couldn't afford it?
I'd say if they are, they're fucking idiots.
Okay.
Is basically what I'm saying.
People who are mad about buying a lie from Mr. Creepypasta are fucking idiots. I got you.
Yeah, if you want to frame it like that, but if you want to frame it like someone who's willing to give money for someone else to buy their fiancé a wedding ring, and it's going to be like, oh no, they could have afforded it anyway. It's like, well, what are you doing, putting money in give somebody for someone else to buy a wedding ring? Like, for all you know, he probably did spend the money. Spent all his money on doing all the other stuff, and then bought the wedding ring with the Kickstarter fund. Maybe that's what happened. I'm not saying that's definitely what happened, but maybe he did actually take the money from the Kickstarter and then buy the wedding ring. In which case, he's done what he said he would do. The fact that he had the money to do it is irrelevant, because he said, "I want to buy my my partner a wedding ring," and people donated for him to do that.
All right, I just was curious because I just wanted to make a friendly bet, a friendly wager. But anyway,
no, I mean,
so I mean,
if I said that I wanted to buy, I want to get a crowdfunding for my groceries next week. I can afford my groceries next week, but if people want to give me money for my groceries next week, I'll use that to buy my groceries next week.
But you wouldn't say, that you couldn't do it without crowdfunding.
I don't know.
Like you wouldn't say, I can't afford my groceries unless,
Well, I don't know, if it's a week before payday, you could be like, well, I can't afford my groceries.
All right. So were there any other topics you wanted to discuss?
No, I guess I just wanted to let you know that, that you are the biggest disappointment that I've ever had in the world of creepypasta. I I loved your stories, but just knowing you as a person and seeing the way you act online and the way you have a go at people, I think it's just awful for the community, and it's awful for anyone who's trying to take up creepypasta. Is the fact that you're one of the big names in there, and your hyper realist series is like, I agree with some of it, but equally I just feel like you're putting more people off than you're encouraging to. all you're doing is moan. You'll sit and moan about stuff that you don't like Channel Zero and all of that, and that's fair enough. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not going to say you should, but I just feel like you're doing more damage to the community than you think you are, and that you act like you're some sort of savior of the community when really you're doing the opposite.
Okay, now what would you say? Like, give me an example of something I've done that has been acting like I'm the savior of the community.
Well, the whole creepy leaks thing for starters.
Okay, so giving people a chance to say what they want to say in a document and using what small audience I have to try to get it out there is me acting like the savior of the community and being a dick. Basically.
No, yeah. Well, basically, yeah. I'm not saying that this.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not.
You gotta. I'm sorry, but human beings laugh sometimes. So, go ahead.
I know, but human beings laugh when they're being condescending and dicks.
No, they laugh when they hear something funny, actually, but that's okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, that right there is being a condescending dick. Me laughing because you said something completely ludicrous and I can't help it is not.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen.
It just shows how you don't take my opinion
All right,
seriously.
you've been nothing but abusive in this fucking call, so why don't you fucking listen for a second?
Yeah, go for it. You
yeah,
say what you
I
want.
mean, when you talk about using false equivalency and false arguments and false things, and then you just, take any opportunity to jump on somebody for, like, sniggering or laughing or, whatever, that doesn't really help your case, because all you're doing is taking something that somebody can't help, and you're picking it out and removing that and saying, that's proof that you're wrong.
Really, you can't help it.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, how many times have I laughed at you? How many times have I laughed at your fucking ludicrous, like, opinions on stuff?
How many times did I point that out? How many times did I say that you were laughing to be condescending and it was fake?
One time when I was deliberately laughing to be condescending and fake.
Yeah, after you fucking said it. I'm literally laughing. I don't know how to get across to you. Oh, man. I don't know if you can hear the smile in my voice, because sometimes people say that when you smile, people can hear it in your voice, and they say it in a positive way. Like, be happy when you're talking to people, because people can hear a smile. I don't know if you understand that when you say that I'm acting like a pompous douchebag, whatever, who's the savior of the creepypasta community or anything, that comes across to me as so antithetical to what I'm trying to represent that it's like saying that, Slime Beast, when you come across as a circus clown riding a tiny unicycle, I mean, I'm going to laugh at that because it's complete nonsense. In my mind, at least.
Yeah, well, it would be in your mind, because I'm guessing you would, if you genuinely thought you were being a prick, you wouldn't do it. I mean, that's not how people work. But like, as I say, all you've done recently is, like, bully kids on YouTube because they have a different opinion to you, right? And you've just been, you've just constantly, you're just like, you don't have the same opinion to me. You are wrong.
Okay, so which kids are we talking about here?
Okay, well, Queen Creeps. And
Queen Creeps is a kid.
Hoodoo. She's going through her exams. I'm guessing she's like 21. I don't know.
So in your 20s, you're a kid? Really?
Well, for me, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not that far off your age, man.
Mm-hmm. So at what age? Okay, let me put it this way. At what age can I argue with somebody?
I'm not saying you can't argue with someone if you're a kid. I'm saying you shouldn't be such a prick about it.
Okay, at what age can I be a prick to somebody who's being a prick to me?
No age.
Oh, I see. So, would you say that
now you're going to say that I am sometimes a prick to you?
No, you've been a prick this entire time, buddy. And I'm sorry to laugh. I apologize. But if it's never okay, frankly, I don't really need a lecture from somebody who does it. So.
I genuinely think you're an awful person for the community, and I think you put off more people from writing creepypasta and actually trying to make the community better than you actually make the community better.
Well, let me know when you have an example or anybody says that. I mean, there are people who say I'm so done with creepypasta. That doesn't mean they're stopping writing. It doesn't mean they ever wrote in the first place. It just means that they're done with this community.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, whatever helps you think that you haven't put off people from writing creepypasta, then you think that's fine.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, I tell you what, if I had anything to make me think I had put someone off, that would be a different story. But I mean, I don't have to
Do you want me
ignore
to-
what isn't there. I mean, it's just...
Okay, do you want me to collect some stuff then? Do you want me to put
Yes, I
together
would
some
actually.
stuff?
I would actually.
Yeah, sure, no worries. I'll get out on Twitter and see if anyone has been put off writing creepypasta because of the stuff you put
Definitely,
out.
definitely do that. I mean,
And if I find
me-
some stuff, what will you do?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And if I find some stuff, what will you do?
It depends on what it says. I mean, if somebody says,
Oh, right. So essentially, you get to decide then. If someone's been put off by writing creepypasta by you, you then get to decide
No.
whether their opinion is valid or
no,
not.
you asked me what I would do. Don't
So
change
the
what you
answer is
asked.
nothing. So the answer is nothing.
No, what I would do would depend on what information came forward. If you had a post from one person saying, I was thinking about writing a creepypasta, and then I saw Slime Beast is mean, so I decided to never write ever in my life. If you had one post from somebody saying that, I might say, that seems a little outlandish. And I probably
So
wouldn't...
basically-
Can I just finish
so-
my sentence? Or
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Go. For
I
it.
would say that probably sounds a little outlandish, and I probably wouldn't do anything. If you had 100 accounts from people saying, I wrote creepypasta, and then Slime Beast was mean, so now I stopped, then I would have to sit back and say, well, gee, that's fucking weird. And I have to figure out why the hell that happened, and I would try to figure out what I had done that caused that. Because I wouldn't think pointing out the problems others have caused and arguing with people who are arguing with me actively would drive away a bunch of people.
So what you're saying is, if one person is put off writing creepypasta because of you, you don't care. But if 100 people are, you do.
No, I said if you wouldn't misrepresent my words and skew things. I said if one person was put off, I would think that was a bit of an overreaction and probably not do anything about it. I didn't say I wouldn't care.
It's so ironic that you're telling me not to misrepresent things and skew things, because that is all you do.
Evidence?
Evidence.
I mean,
in
this conversation...
Let's head into your Twitter mentions. Let's go for it.
This conversation, I've caught you several times twisting things around, including that last time that I just pointed out right before you said that. Can you give me any examples from any point in history where I've twisted something around to what it didn't mean?
All you do is try and reframe the argument in terms of so you can be like, oh, well, you're saying this, when that's not what someone's saying. That is all you do. That is all you do.
I mean, if you want my position on that at all, I don't know. I honestly don't know if you want my position on that at all, but my position on that is what I'm trying to do, and maybe I'm failing at it. What I'm trying to do is put it in in a simpler example, so that myself, the person I'm talking to, and anybody who might be looking and wanting to comment or wanting to see what happens, can get the idea that I'm putting forward without me causing somebody to not understand what I'm saying by me misspeaking or me saying something that doesn't relate. If somebody says, and here's this, I'm doing it right now because I'm trying to give an example. If somebody says, why do you care if Mr. Creepypasta spent money on Kickstarter? He earned it. And I say, well, think of it this way. Or I say, in quotation marks, here's my money for a comic. And then I put in quotation marks under that, thanks for the money, I'm going on vacation. I'll get to the comic to you at some point in, a few months. I'm not trying to reframe the argument or change it or, draw it down to something I can win.
That's 100% what you're doing. That's 100% what you're doing. Like, you can say you're not, but that is 100% what you're doing.
I think you're confusing what I'm saying. What I said was I'm not trying to X, Y, and Z. You're confusing me saying I'm not trying to do that with me saying I'm not doing that. I'm saying I'm trying to do something.
That's fair enough. Well, let me be the first to tell you that is exactly what you're doing.
Okay. All right, so you just have to argue things as is, and you can't give alternate examples or metaphors. I got it.
Not based on conjecture and what you think might have happened. No.
How was that example based on conjecture or what I think might have happened?
Because you're saying that he went on holidays and stuff when he could clearly have afforded the ring.
No, I said he went on holidays while people waited for the books to be fulfilled. That's what I said.
Oh, fine, whatever. Like, I mean, the stuff that you've said, basically, at worst, like in my head, at worst could be laziness. All right, I mean, fine, but I'm not gonna have a go at anyone for being lazy. You know what I mean? They're like, I mean, I'm just looking like
trying to reframe a metaphor to make sure I get my point across without being opaque is lazy. Is what you're
yeah,
saying.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because all you're doing is saying, well, he did this, and therefore I know for a fact that he must have misused funds or whatever. You don't know that.
That has nothing to do with the example I gave, but okay. All right.
Whatever.
Do you know your tag number on Discord? Because I realized that the from search, where you search for people's posts, you have to have the number after the name.
Let's have a look.
I don't know mine, so I'm just I'm assuming that it's probably not common knowledge. But
Yeah, I don't know right now. Hang on, I'm having a look on Discord right now.
it's funny because I was like, "What? Who is this Simon guy, and why is he so fucking mad at me?" And then in this call, you're like, on the Discord we were talking, and I was like, "Holy shit! You we talked on the Discord before all this." Okay, I understand now.
Exactly.
And by the way, I can cut this out if you don't want your ID known or whatever.
3937, whatever. I don't care.
3937. Still nothing. What the fuck? Stex 85?
Yep, that's me.
Number 3937?
Yep.
Why is there is no... We searched far and wide. Unfortunately, no results were found. What the fuck?
I
I
can
can
send you a
see-
screenshot if you want. Like,
Oh yeah, if you want to take the time to screenshot like the beginning of our conversation and how it proceeded, that would be fine. But I didn't want to make you do that.
I can't bother to look through the thing and find the conversation. But if you want to,
Okay.
me to prove that I'm Stex853937.
No, I don't need. I believe you are. I believe you are. I just don't know what the fuck. Why Discord won't do it? It might be because you left the Discord. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Look. I mean, when it boils down to it, I'm sure in real life you're a perfectly nice guy, but like, I just think that you really need to think about how the way you come across online and how that, because let's face it, you are a big name in creepypasta, and the way that you come across is like, it's going to put a lot of people off. In fairness, I very nearly like gave up the whole creepypasta thing because of the way of how much ridiculous you are on the Discord and stuff. And it took a lot for me to come back and not do that.
Now, is it okay? Because I don't. I mean, I don't know if you want me to post this up. Don't want me to post this up? Because I'm not trying to like post up your conversation for my own gain. I always like to say, if you have a problem with me, say what you want to say. I'll post it up, and everybody can hear, your side of it. People can hear your points and things like that. So if you want me to post this up, I can. If you don't want me to, I won't. But I just want to preface that because I do have our direct messages, and I don't want to get into any of that if you don't want to discuss or have public, what you said in direct messages.
That's it. Well, in fairness, you can if you want. I know for a fact our direct messages were perfectly fine.
Okay.
Because it was 90%. I say it was me asking you. I'm pretty sure it was. First of all, was me asking you about someone stealing my one of my stories for a narration, and then me asking you for an interview, and then me apologising to you for being an SJW. I'm pretty sure that's pretty all of what we've talked about in our direct messages.
Yeah, because I mean that that would seem to. I mean, being a dick and driving people away, would be probably somebody you wouldn't want to ask, for advice and for information, and coming to me because coming to me about people stealing your story or whatever, and asking me for advice on that because I've dealt with this, would seem to show that by telling people about this and by making videos about drama or whatever, I led you to try to seek help from me, and I'm not trying to be like the savior of anything. I'm just saying it would seem counter to the idea that I'm driving people away if you specifically came to me for help because you saw that I was involved in, fighting with these people.
I can see why you'd think that, but I mean, that was literally the first interaction I'd had with you, and the stuff you put up in the Discord beyond that is the stuff that really drove me away. And
Right.
let's face it, in the Too Spooky Discord, you've had an awful lot of people leave and go to another Discord because of the way you've been acting.
That came up after Brandon left UCA, so I don't think we can entirely discount other acrimony feeding into that. I mean, I have the message. I have the message from Kark saying we're leaving because of this, that, and the other thing, and Slime Beast's behavior. So I mean,
let me say, as a part of the new Discord, that it's a lot to do with I'm not it's a lot to do with how you are.
I rarely talk in the Discord, so it really doesn't. It's a way to. No, I'm just saying it's a way to get people onto your Discord to say, not yours personally, but I'm saying in general, it's a way to get people under your banner, under your Discord, to say, are you tired with the way this one's going? Are you tired of Slime Beast, who rarely talks in his own Discord channel, and when he does, he says things you disagree with sometimes? I mean, that's kind of a silly thing. I have the message. I have the message from Kark. I have the message.
Okay. I can see why you think that, but it's not. But it's not like people.
Right.
It's not like we're being like, oh, do you realise that Slime Beast is a bit? Well, it is kind of like, do you realise Slime Beast is a bit of a dickhead and constantly cause drama? Then maybe you want to be in a Discord which doesn't constantly cause drama.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a ridiculous thing. I have the message from. Can I just get through a sentence? I have the message from Kark saying, I have the private message he was sending to people, trying to get them to join his Discord, and yeah, I mean, it's like, if you're tired of Slime Beast's behavior and blah blah blah, and I could count probably on one hand the number of times I've had a disagreement with anyone in the Too Spooky Discord in the entirety of how long it's been around, and it's kind of a stupid thing because you might as well say, are you tired of Stex? Saying something in the Discord, join this other one. Just because I'm in it from time to time, doesn't mean you leave it. And you can leave it if you want, but that's not really the cause. The cause is because you want to start your own, etc.
No, the cause is because you keep saying stuff that people really, really hate and don't agree with. And so
example?
they're up of seeing it. Okay, the amount of times you've had to go at SJWs, the amount of times you've had to go, I mean, I'm not, again,
so saying I disagree with SJWs is unacceptable.
It's the entire way that you argue. It's nothing to do with, like, I mean, no one cares. Like, we put up with a lot of other people who have similar opinions to you, but the fact is they're not douchebags about it and don't claim that whoever disagrees with them is an idiot and doesn't know what they're doing.
I don't say that. I've said no. I've said in response to, can you if you make an accusation, I should be able to respond to it.
No, you go for it. That's what you mean.
I never go. This is a personal thing that I have, and I have had this for many, many years. I never go to insult somebody who has not insulted me. If you say to me, "Oh, Torm, you ignorant, blind, person who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about," and I say back to you, "Well, I don't really care what some idiot says," and I leave. That's I'm sorry that you started an argument. I'm sorry that I didn't just let you go off. Sorry.
It's literally so cute that you think that that's how it is.
Oh,
that is
evidence?
totally not
Proof?
how it is.
I mean, I tried
proof.
looking it up so I could see this, but what I have instead is a DM of you apologizing for losing your cool.
Oh, so you're looking purely at the DMs rather than how
I said for this entire fucking call that I was trying to get it to show the discussion.
5 posts on the Discord.
What is the last time I posted on the Discord?
No, read out your last 5. Let's throw a net. Read out your last.
Let's see here. All right. I assume this is in Slime Beast Shack.
Oh, whatever. I don't know. I haven't been in there for ages.
All right, last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that mean they now have to acknowledge a conspiracy exists due to their previous statement? Because people have been... Oh?
Yep.
Pardon me?
Paranoid.
You fucking...
That's what you
Okay.
sound like straight away.
Well, why don't you... Okay. Your rule was the last 5.
No, go for it. Okay,
Okay.
read them out. I don't care.
Here's the full conversation. If someone says threats behind the scenes are a conspiracy theory, in other words, people saying, it's a conspiracy theory to think anybody is ever threatened, then when I show proof of threats behind the scenes, which I put in that video, does that mean they now have to acknowledge a conspiracy exists due to their previous statement? Question mark. And then after that, an emote with the one big eye and the one small eye. Alright? Last 3 messages. There have been multiple people who have said X isn't really X. I just go, okay, what can you show or tell me to prove that? I'll forward it to whomever wrote that, and if it's a lie, I'll eject people from the document. Next message, nothing. Next message, people just like saying stuff. So my last 5 messages are people who have said it's a conspiracy theory that people might be threatened. Do they have to now say there is a conspiracy if I show people were threatened? And then after that, I always ask people for evidence if they say something isn't true, and if they have it, I'll forward it to whoever wrote that in the document, and I'll throw them out if it's a lie. So, what's the problem with those 5 and extra messages for context?
All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll find some stuff.
Okay. I mean, if you want, I could read back further. Somebody asked what happened to DP. My response to that is he fell into a well, like that kid that fell in a well.
So cute.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to read back, somebody says, or actually DP says, how am I supposed to focus on being productive with this Creepy Leaks hole keeps getting deeper? My response to that was, LOL, what's with DP and deepening holes? I mean, I could read back a lot. Let me know when any of this is offensive, terrible behavior against SJWs. I mean, I could go to a random point. Let me scroll up to a random point completely. Just read something. Trying to find the green here. Here's one where I put a surprised face emoji. Somebody says, they're not real, y'all, they're fake tweets, and I say, LOL, that's what they said in the Berenstein timeline.
Okay, how about fun fact, the second hoodoo turned around and so did she, so that's misogyny.
What?
We're going for... Yes.
Misogyny?
Yes.
The second hoodoo changed his opinion, someone else did, and because she's female, that's misogyny? Are you insane?
No, because you're
Are you insane?
You're suggesting that she's having sex with him.
No, I am not. I said the second he turned his opinion around, so did she.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how does that imply sex? Oh my god, you actually are... I didn't realize. I don't want to be rude, but I'm just realizing you actually don't have any idea what you're talking about. So, if Michael Leroy...
Those are people known as bitches. Here's my Discord. Talk about me. Love me. I'll be over here ignoring you.
What?
That's something you've said.
I'll be over here ignoring...
That is 100%
Wait just a minute.
something you've said.
I have to catch up with what you're randomly finding here. That's in quotation marks. Jesus Christ. Okay, these people are known as bitches. That's in response to somebody talking about the people who have left the Discord.
Misogyny.
And it's not misogyny to call you a bitch.
You're using
Simon, are you female?
No, I'm not. But
well, then it's not misogyny, buddy.
You're using a fucking gendered.
It's not gendered, dude. Bitch is not gendered.
Bitch is gendered. Are you that much of an idiot that you don't realize?
Okay. So can I ask you a question, Simon? I don't mean to be blunt, but I have to be blunt here. Is a prison bitch female?
No, a prison bitch is not female.
Okay,
but
is a punk ass
is female because there's someone who you have sex with?
Is a punk ass bitch female?
Yes, because you're implying that someone is expressing feminine qualities.
Wow, so you think that bitches are female? Okay.
No. Oh yeah, well,
Jesus,
well
dude.
done.
If somebody
reframing that argument,
if somebody is bitching, does that mean they're female?
No, it doesn't. But it's implying that they are doing things that are feminine.
Okay, so Jesus Christ. So if you want to go back to that, am I not calling people dogs?
Oh yeah, because that is what you're talking about. No, let's face it.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought. Hold on a second. I thought we were playing a game where we were talking about things I wasn't talking about. Because that's what you're doing by saying it's about women, and that's what I did when I was saying it was about
That is
dogs.
100% agenda. Let's face it.
Oh
You,
my
you call a
god.
guy a bitch. You are saying that they're expressing feminine qualities. You can go like, oh god, as much as you like, but you are
Oh,
seriously
so now we're
like,
picking apart people's responses again. Okay, that's
yeah,
cool.
because that's what you
That
do.
that actually is a good argument. Repeating what somebody said, that is a good argument for your side. That is a good argument
Oh
for
no,
your case.
that's great. That's great because you do that a lot.
You haven't spoken to me before, so
No, I've so I haven't spoken to you before, despite the fact that we've had arguments on Facebook and stuff. I know what you're like.
oh wait. So you're saying that in text I
On
repeat back what you say?
Yeah, all the time, and you'll enjoy the word pathetic for some reason.
Oh
When
man.
and also projecting.
You know what else? You know what else I like? I like the word the. I use that even more than the other words.
Oh really? Oh well done. That's so clever. I'm so proud of you. Well done for using the word the all the time and then using it as an argument.
Yeah, I mean I try to be clever. I can't be as clever as somebody who sarcastically applauds and says, "Oh, well done." That is really the height of cleverness, but yeah. All
Well,
right,
so
so
he did
anyway,
have sex. He's on other dudes' dicks. Homophobia. What else
hold
have we
on.
got?
Dudes dicks. Let's see. All right. That is a direct quote from Vincent Vinacava's meme that he posted, where I'm making fun of him for being misogynist.
Well done.
So,
So
yeah, it is well done. It's well done of you to draw out things and misrepresent them and assume they're bad because of your preconceived notions. Just like the fact you had an argument with me on the Discord where you fucking started the argument. You left the Discord in a huff. You apologized to me in a direct message saying you lost your cool, and I said no problem and just forgot about it, and have come back later, like some kind of bad case of herpes. It just is like,
Did he
oh
call me like a
no,
sexual transmitted disease? Oh, you're so good at it.
uh-oh,
Like,
I might be misogynist because saying herpes means sex, and that relates to women
no, it just
sometimes.
makes you a dickhead. But like,
Wait a minute. Hey, how dare you? Dick is a gendered term. Anyway.
it is, but sadly, men are, they're in control, so it doesn't really matter. But
Oh, man. I'm sorry for laughing. Again, you can keep pointing it out, but it's not an argument.
really, no,
Oh,
it's just,
oh,
it's
really?
not,
Oh, listen
it's
to you
not, it's
laughing.
not an argument.
Really?
It's
Listen
not
to
an argument.
Simon
It just
laughing. Oh, he's laughing at me. That's a point in my box that he's laughing. It's ridiculous, dude. It really is ridiculous.
whatever, man. Like,
I didn't
seriously,
expect this to be
honestly,
such an acrimonious conversation, but you just
oh
really...
yeah, because you're shocked that someone actually has opinions and isn't going to be nice to you about it.
No, I'm
Like,
shocked somebody is so detached from reality that they call somebody misogynist for using the word bitch.
Yeah, you fucking say that. You say that, and that just shows how much of a fucking dick you are.
Oh
You know,
no,
and,
please
like,
stop calling me a dick. Women don't have them, so that's misogynist. You can do that
No,
with anything. It's fucking ridiculous.
No, no, well done, well done.
I'm
well
sorry
done
for I'm sorry for using the word fuck. I know that fuck is a violent term and is misogynist.
Oh, good Jesus Christ, man! That
Please
fucking,
don't use
like,
that term Jesus Christ. That is offensive to religious people.
Oh, is it? Because I'm Jewish, so that to me matter to me. But like, you
Yeah,
are
I mean
seriously,
it's not your word. You're not allowed to use it.
you are seriously a fucking alt-right recruiter's wet dream.
Jeez.
Like, you really are. You
Oh
really are.
man. Yeah, the
You
guy
talk
who
the talk,
voted
you walk the walk, you might-
the guy who voted for Obama twice, the guy
You
who
really-
volunteered for the
You're gonna
Democratic
use that-
National
you're gonna use
Committee
that as
is
an
a
argument.
fucking alt-right
That's-
supporter.
You're going to use that as an argument when that was the exact thing that people said in like Get Out.
Oh no.
Like,
Oh
that's-
no, I'm just like those people in Get Out. I'm just like the people in a movie you saw. That's an argument.
No, yeah, man, that movie was talking about racism and how racism can be a thing, and you are fucking being like, oh no, I voted for Obama twice. I couldn't possibly be racist.
Can I ask you something? Can I
Go
ask you
for it.
something? What has to do with race about saying that I voted Democrat twice and volunteered for the Democratic National Committee?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's because we were talking about sort of alt-right views, and then you said, "Oh, I voted for Obama twice."
Yeah, that is right. The right, alt-right, and I vote left, and I'm a registered Democrat, and so on and so forth. So when I use that to counter you, excuse me,
I'm sorry.
excuse me, excuse me.
No, excuse me.
Do you
That's
mind
totally
if I finish? Do you mind if
sorry.
I finish, or do you want to continue being angry and British at me?
Oh, I'm British. Oh, it's such a hard burn.
Oh no, you laughed. That's a point in my direction. You know,
Yeah, it's because you're
if
being
you
a
want to be
fucking
cheap, we'll be cheap. So that's up to you.
Go on, man.
You
Give
can
me your
listen
best.
to a bunch of Skype conversations I've had with people who disagree with me. None of them are as acrimonious as this because, frankly, you're the first person I've spoken to who has just outright been a dick about it.
Yeah,
And
'cause
hasn't
quite frankly,
been. I started this conversation asking what you'd like to talk about, what your issues were, and you just have
I told
been.
you, and you couldn't hack it. You decided to really go for it, and that's fine.
If I couldn't hack it, I wouldn't be in the call.
Really,
Yeah.
really. No, this is it. You're just going for it, and you're gonna basically put forward that I'm the dick.
All right, so
when-
tell me more about how I'm alt-right.
I'm not telling you that you're all right.
Tell me how I'm like an alt-right recruiter.
I'm not telling you that either.
That's what you fucking said.
No, I said you're an alt-right recruiter's wet dream.
Okay,
Like,
fine,
literally,
fine.
Literally.
Tell me
you
more
are-
about how I'm an alt-right recruiter's wet dream.
because you use alt-right tactics.
Like?
You well, I'd say misrepresenting arguments. You like to put.
You have misrepresented arguments in this call, so I would say maybe we're both an alt-right recruiter's wet dream.
Oh, maybe. So clever. So clever.
Yeah, pointing out that it's clever doesn't make it unclever. So go ahead.
This is it, man. Is that you like to like take little points and be like, oh yeah, this means this, when it doesn't, and that's what you do.
Ah, Jesus! I laughed again. Sorry. Yeah, I like to address points you make. Sorry.
Oh well, it's not the fact that you like to address points. It's not even like that you like to debate. That's the thing. It's not even like you like to sort of see what other people think and
Tell
then
me what I
sort of debate
like. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to tell you what you like. You know what you like.
You just told me
like
what
to
I
feel
don't like,
clever.
so go ahead.
You like to feel clever. You
just told me what I like. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I said I do tell you what you like. You like to feel clever. You like to feel like you're better than everyone else. In fairness, to be honest, you're no better than Mr. Creepypasta or Mr. Vina Carver. They feel exactly the same way. They feel like they're better than everyone else. They feel like they're like they don't need to have anyone else's opinion on anything. That's exactly what you're like.
Now, what is it about what I've said that makes it seem like I'm better than you?
Because you're insulting me. You're constantly insulting me, and you're constantly laughing at my opinion. That is basically it. You are acting like you know better than what I do.
Now, have you insulted me?
Yeah, but you've insulted me.
And have you laughed at my things that I've said?
Oh, yeah, once or twice, but you started it.
So, do you like to feel you're clever and above everybody else?
No, I like to feel I'm clever and above you.
Nice. Okay, so at least you admit that. Here's one of my favorite words. I'll bring it back just for you. You at least admit that you're projecting, so that's good.
No,
Because
no,
you
I'm
like
not
to feel you're better, you like to feel you're superior, and you like to feel clever. And it seems as if you have gotten very irate that you perceive someone else as thinking that they're more clever and better than you.
You know what? I'm sorry for getting irate because, quite frankly, that's what you want.
Oh yeah, that's what I want. That's why every other Skype conversation I've had with someone who disagreed with me is a fucking cakewalk and just peaches and cream and just fucking cherry blossoms. Because what I want is a fucking argument. That's why there are no other fucking arguments on my channel.
100% what you want. Oh, there's no arguments. That's all you want. That is all you want.
So where are they? Where are the ones I've? Where are the arguments that I've wanted so much that I've gotten into Skype and had?
Xylon X is one. Like, you enjoyed that.
No. We had a nice conversation. He called me a psychopath, and I diffused that, and we got to an agreement at the end.
Yeah, well, we're not going to get agreements in because essentially my view is that you are a massive penis when you're online.
Isn't that a gendered term?
Oh no!
I don't think you understand that when somebody calls people bitches, and you say that's a gendered term, you open yourself up to somebody just mocking you by saying that to every goddamn thing you say, because it's a cheap tactic that doesn't advance your argument and doesn't mean anything.
Quite frankly, I think that shows that you don't really understand like gender politics at all.
Well, I mean, do you think you could ship me some blue pills?
That's such a cute reference to like red pilling.
Yeah, it is actually adorable.
I know, right? I'm so happy with it.
Once again, pointing out that it's cute doesn't change the fact it was cute. So I mean,
no, I'm totally sure it doesn't. I'm just showing that you're just trying to be cute. It's fine.
I don't have to try to be cute. I'm adorable. So, this conversation has been going nowhere for a long time. So I'm kind of at this point. I'm looking at the clock. It's 6 o'clock. I'm thinking, how long has this been? How long have I been talking to this dude? How long has he just been verbally berating me and saying that I verbally berate people? How long has he been saying that I fulfill everything he does?
So you're pretty much calling it that. That's fine. That's fine.
No, I'm not calling it. I'm just like, do you have any points? Do you have any additional points?
No additional points. But I've said what I want to say. I've said that I think you're a blight on the creepypasta community. That'll do me.
Right. And I will take into account the opinion of somebody who got mad over an SJW discussion on Discord and has dragged it out into a bunch of flaming and troll posts. I'll take that under strict advisement. I'll put that at the top. I'll put that at... Oh, we're laughing! We're laughing at the discussion.
Yeah,
I'll take that under advisement. I'll put that at the top of the list.
I can see your point now, because when someone says something ridiculous, it is quite funny. No, that's fair enough.
Okay, so you want to just backpedal or walk back that statement. That's fine. That's completely.
Yeah,
and I'm not joking. I'm not being.
I'll laugh at it. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not being facetious, and I'm not joking. It is actually fine if we've come around on that.
No, go for it. You go for it. Whatever helps you sleep.
I have a question for you. Do you have trouble sleeping?
Nah.
No insomnia. No, nothing like that.
No, I genuinely think that I'm not a dick to most people.
That's not what I asked, but okay.
No, that's what helps me sleep at night, is the fact that I'm not a dick to most people, but I'm a dick to slime beasts.
I don't know. The fact that you keep saying, I mean, you like to say before about your favorite words, projecting, your favorite word, pathetic. You've talked about sleeping at night so much in this call that I just was curious, literally curious, if you had problems sleeping. Not even because of anything you've done. I just was like, is that like an important issue to you? Or
it's so clever. It's so clever.
It's not clever. That is literally why I asked.
Oh, I'm so
not
proud of you.
Fucking hell.
Picking up on things. Oh.
It's not clever. That's literally why I asked. I was wondering why you seemed fixated on sleeping at night.
Anyway, anyway, I think we've called it there. You do what you like. You post this up on your channel and enjoy all the people who like you being like, "Oh, that guy's a dick," but enjoy.
Okay, I guess usually at the end of these calls, I did this with other people. I just put out there, can we shake hands and go our separate ways? Have we cleared things up? I don't expect that we've cleared anything up here, but I mean, I'll offer the same thing.
That's it. No, that's fine. That's fine, and I can see why you do it, because it makes you look like the good guy. But no, that's fine.
No, it just it makes both of us the good guy, because if I offer it and the other person accepts, we're both good guys.
I know, it's such a good tactic, isn't it? But,
no, because you could have offered as easily as I could, so...
I know I could, but I don't think you're going to change. I genuinely don't think you're going to change.
I'm not talking about changing, I'm just saying that I offer people the ability to shake hands, agree to disagree, and you stop bothering me, I stop bothering you, or you could flip that and say, I'll stop bothering you. And you can, you'll in return stop bothering me, either way you want to put it.
Okay, put it like this.
I'm just offering that to you now.
No, I'll shake hands with you. That's all good. But I will call you on your shit if you're being a shit.
So you're going to continue. I'm trying to phrase this in a fair way. No matter what I pick, I'm sure it'll still be an unfair way. But you're going to continue following my content in order to tell me I'm wrong or doing things in an incorrect way. Rather than moving on and listening to people that you think are better than I am.
No, the fact is, I don't follow your content. It's just the fact that know a lot of people who do, and I'm weak in that I'll click on a link and be like, let's see how much I hate this.
Okay.
So yeah, I might.
So that's why you've found me in other comments on other videos and different things like that, is because someone linked you to those videos and you saw my comment underneath.
Yeah, we move in the same circles.
Okay.
That's basically it.
So I guess we are at kind of an impasse here. I mean, if you continue, and I'm not, this is not like an ultimatum, I'm kind of just working this out in my head. In the future, I guess what's going to happen is you'll continue to see me saying something, and you'll respond to that, insulting or telling me I'm wrong or whatever, and I'll respond to you either insulting or telling you you're wrong, whichever applies, and that'll just be the way things go from here out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, because I think you need that, in fairness.
Okay. You think I need someone... you think I need someone telling me that bitch is a gendered term and stuff like that?
No, I just think you need someone to remind you that, you're not always right.
Okay. And what was it that we covered that you said I wasn't right about? Like, I'm not saying that you proved or anything like that. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be like, you didn't prove me wrong. But what was it again? Like, what are the top 3 things you think I'm wrong about?
The top one thing is your attitude to people who don't agree with you.
Okay, so my attitude and how I behave as a human being is wrong.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay, so responding to you being unkind in an unkind manner is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Well, this is it. I don't think personally that I'm unkind to start with. It's just when you kick off that it's really that I start getting unkind.
Right. I'm not unkind to people who aren't being an asshole first. So.
No, I think you're unkind when people disagree with you.
It depends. It really depends. People can.
I don't think it does.
People can disagree with me and not be an asshole, and I got no fuel. I got nothing to go with. So.
No, because pretty much whenever anyone disagrees with you and says, "I don't think you're wrong because X, Y, Z," you then kick off. That's basically why I will keep kicking off.
Okay, so I guess we'll have to disagree on that one. I mean, I can. It sucks to have to do this, but I can edit in, images of people's old comments on my videos telling me I'm wrong and me not responding or responding fine.
You do what you like.
Yeah.
I will stop commenting when you stop being a dick to people.
Okay, I gotcha. So you'll stop being a dick when I stop being a dick.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so it's sort of like a North Korea nuclear option thing.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. All right, so is there anything else you wanted to say before we go, Kim?
That's fine.
Okay. That's it. I guess I'll see you in the comments.
That's it. I look forward to seeing this on your channel.
Mm-hmm. Hey everybody, just a quick update here. Unfortunately, I didn't find this, and I didn't think to find this until after the recording, sometime afterward. If you go to the Too Spooky Discord in the link below, you can find this for yourself. I realized that all I had to do was search for the word idiot, and then go through and see if I had ever called Stex an idiot. And I hadn't. That is actually not true. Maybe he's thinking of a different word. Maybe I said he was dumb, or maybe I said his ideas were dumb, or something like that, and he just transferred that to idiot. But he did, when I said I didn't call him an idiot, he did say, that I did. He reiterated it. It's not the case, but he may have misspoken. You can actually go back in the Discord, and if you search the term SJW, you can go through the results for that, and you can eventually find the actual discussion I had with Stex before he left the Discord. I've looked through that discussion, and at no point did I directly insult him. I disagreed with him, different things like that, but at no point did I call him an idiot or, a name like that. I don't think I called him any names, but, I'm reserving because, who knows. Maybe there's a time before that conversation. But yeah, just all in all kind of disappointing because I really wish I had brought up that information while I was in the call with him so he could defend himself, because this actually totally disproves what he claimed. And he should have had an ability to defend himself. So yeah, maybe in the comments below. Stex, Simon, you can tell me where to find me insulting you, and we'll see if we can find it. We'll see if we can locate it together. I don't know.